model. Okay, so this is the agenda. So first, we're going to introduce you what is the industrial shelf, and then we will create the plate for the shelf, and after that, we create the post for the shelf support, and lastly, we will combine these two different family, which is plate and post, in one family to create a one complete shelving, and then we're going to flex in on our project. Right? So any question, any issues, just let me know. If you cannot see my screen or cannot hear me, just let me know. Right. So first, what is the industrial shelving? So industrial shelving is a structure, also known as the industrial racking. So this is used to storage any warehouse item, warehouse component for your warehouse project. So this industrial shelving or rack is designed to organize and to maximizing the space in warehouse, factories, or any commercial building, right? So usually you can find this shelving in your factories, in your warehouse, there where it's storage, where it store the warehouse item. Okay, so to model this shelf, we will be include the design of the plate, which is the base of your shelf or the panel. So the plate can be chipboard, can be steel, can be wood. So it's up to you. It's up to your own design. So for today, I'm going to show you how to create a steel panel. All right. And then the shelving model also include the design of post, which is the support for the shelf. And then combination of these two items, you will have the simple design of your shelf that you can use in your shelving, industrial shelving lah. All right. So let's straight away get to the modeling a moment. So first, we're going to create the plate. Okay, let me show you the example of what I'm saying. Okay, so you can see my screen. Yes, okay. So this is what we're going to show you today. So I have my support post there, and then this is the steel plate. Okay, so let me open my Revit. Okay. Right. So first, okay. So first, I'm going to use the family. So first, you choose your template for your family. So I click on new. We're going to start. I'm going to show you how we create the shelving from zero. Okay. Right. So I'm going to use a metric template. Metric generic model. So I'm just going to use generic model. Later on, if you want to specify what type of family it is, you can do that by you assign the family category for this template. All right. So by default, it will pop up the reference level. So after you choose your template, you need to add the reference plate. So this is going to be my plate. Okay. Moment. Okay, so this is going to be my plate. So I'm going to add the reference plate for this plate. So you can go to create tab and then reference plane here, or you can just type RP at your keyboard. It will pop up the command for the reference plane. So I'm going to add the reference plane for its width, like this. All right, and then the length. Okay, so we have we add two vertical reference plane and two horizontal reference plane like this. So after that, I'm going to dimension it and give it a parameter. So to dimension, you simply go to modify here, and then there is a measure dimension, which is align dimension, or DI. You type DI, Denmark, I, India, and then you will have this measure tool. So after you measure like this, you need to measure it one by one like this, but in continuously. All right. So why you need to do this? Because you need to EQ it, like one by one equal. Which is if you change, it will change your size of your plate by center. Okay. So which means, for example, I'm going to dimension one more, which is the overall length for its width. Okay. So for example, if I change it to 1000, so it will change your width for your plate from the center. Okay. So that's why we need to EQ this dimension. So I'm going to do the same things to the vertical reference plate like that. So one by one, but continuously. And then you will find this EQ button here, this one. And then you click on that EQ, and then it will equal your reference plate. And then do one more dimension for overall dimension like this, which is this will be your length value. All right. So after that, after you dimension it, then you need to give it a parameter, which is this is going to be the length, this is going to be the width of your plate. So first you click on the dimension. You can either click on the width first or length first, it's up to you. And then you go here, label dimensions. So from here, you need to click on this create parameter, which is because we didn't have any parameter yet. So you need to add a new parameter for the length and width. So after this, if you import this family to your project, you can simply change the length, change the width according to your specification. So you don't need to go back here to go back to this family, change it one by one. So you have a parameter. So this parameter will let your work easier. Okay. So you click on this create parameter, and it will pop up this parameter property. So from here, you can see you can name your parameter, which is this one. For example, this is for length, um, for width, for height, like that. So this is going to be the length. So I'm just going to rename this parameter plate. Oops, plate length. All right. So there are two types of parameter, which is type and instance. So what difference between these two parameter data type, which is if you select it on type, so whatever changes that you do, you need to go to edit type here. Can see? So if you bring your family to the project, to the warehouse or the building, so if you want to change the length, the height, you need to go to the type, edit type. But if you're using the instance parameter, which means you can directly change the length, the width at the properties if you bring in the project. Okay, so this one you cannot see it here. After you bring in a project, then you can see the difference between the type and the instance. Okay, so I'm just going to use a type here. Click OK. So that will be the length. Okay, I think all right. And then I go to this one. This one will be the width. Width. Okay, okay. So this is the width, this is the length. Right. So after that, a moment, let me okay. I'm sorry. Sorry, a moment. Okay. Right. So after that, I'm done with the plate length and also A moment, I going to add participants. Hi, who are just coming in. Thank you. Okay. All right. Okay, so I have the length and the plate width. So now I'm going to add the others reference plane, which is its support size. Okay, so we will have the support left and right like this, you can see. So this is the plate. Let me open this one. Okay, this is the plate. So as you can see, the plate has its support. Okay, this is the support. And then we also have its bracket, which is connected to the plate. So for this uh, features, with for this item, I'm going to create the reference plane too for its bracket. Okay, this bracket will connect to the steel post. So I'm going to add one more reference plane for the bracket, for the connector. So to do that, RP, and then I'm going to add here, then this is going to be here. All right, this is going to be the width of the bracket, and then I'm going to add one more outside of the width. Okay, this is the width length. So outside of the width length, on the top, and then on the bottom, by the bottom here. So it's outside. So which means the center, this box, you can see this moment. Let me just okay. So as you can see, this is going to be my plate. Okay, plate length and plate size. Okay, and then the support will be here. Okay, this is the support. Like that. So this support will connect to the post. Okay, so a moment. Let me just go here. Okay, actually it's another way. It's okay, I'm just going to change. This going to be the width, and this one going to be the length. Okay, this one just going to delete it, change the width to the length to 2000. And the width will be 100. Okay, so this is the correct one. Let me move it like that. Okay, so let me delete on this one. Okay, it's wrong parameter. So this is going to be the width, and this is going to be the length. So it's the vertical parameter, the vertical plane will be the width, and the horizontal plane will be the length. So this is the correct one. So that's why I feel so weird just now. So I'm going to add one inside, okay, two plane inside the width parameter like this. This is going to be the parameter of the plane for the bracket, for the connector. And then this is going to be the width for the connector like this. Okay, you can see. So outside of the length plane. All right. So after that, I'm going to measure this reference plane to the reference plane of the width like this. You can see this one, right? So I'm going to dimension these two reference plane. So I go here, DI, like that. So both this one you need to like one by one, dimension it one by one. All right. So after that, you insert the bracket size. So bracket size, this one will be 76. Okay, so same goes to this one, will be 76. moment. 76. Okay, 76, 76. And then the width just now is 600. Okay, so you need to make sure that the dimension for the bracket is always 76, no changes. So to make sure that your bracket will be no changes, so you need to lock. You can see if I click on the dimension, it will pop up this lock icon. So you need to lock the dimension at that place. So after this, if you create the bracket will have a standard size. Okay, so that will be the width of your connector. So this is going to be the this is going to be its width line. Okay, as you can see in this one. Okay, we have the connector like that. Okay, so this one I'm going to dimension it too. So this one, and then go here. Okay, like that, one by one. And you need to change the size. So the size here is 38. So it's going to be like this. So if I go here, you can see this is 38. This is 76. Okay. So, hi, who are just coming in? Sorry, I'm just going to add participant. Hi, who are just coming in. Thank you for joining. Okay, so same goes to this bottom one. This one gonna be 38 too. So don't forget to lock it. So you will have a standard size of your bracket. The bracket will always be 76 times 38. Like that. Alright, so this is going to be my reference plane for my plate. So I'm going to create a constraint, a extrusion, okay, a form. So first, I'm going to create a form for my bracket, okay, for this bracket. See this one, if I go 3D view, this bracket. Okay, so to create that one, I'm going to use the 76 by 38 parameter, this one. So I go to create tab, and I'm just going to create a extrusion. So you click on that extrusion. Okay, so I'm just going to create from this intersection within the reference plane for the width, and then reference plane for the 38 just now, this one. You can see the intersection within that line. So click that one. Okay, and then I'm going to draw the boundary for the extrusion. So the thickness for this bracket will be only 2 mm. Sorry. 2 mm. Like that. And then go down here. Okay, like that. And then this one. And then I escape. And I go back to the intersection first one just now. Okay, and go to the intersection within the width line and the length line. This one. Okay, so click that one and then go here like that. Okay, so if you want to make your work easier, you can offset this line. So to do that, you go to draw tools here. You choose this one, pick line. So if I choose pick line, I can add the offset of my pick line. So it's easier for you to just add like this. You can see? Click. So it will add your line straight away. And then you need to make it close loop like that. Oh, sorry. This one. Click. Close loop. Like this. And then this one, you just trim it. So TR for trim. TR. And then it will have this kind of a boundary line for your extrusion. And last, before you go finish, you need to lock each line to its reference plane. Okay, so to lock that, you need to use align tools. So align tool, either you go here, you can see under modified column, you have this align button, or you can just click on AL. So you click on align or AL, and then you click on the reference plane for its length, for its line. So this line, the reference plane is this one, right? So you click on that one first, and then you click the line, the boundary line. So after you click on that one, you can see this lock button. So you need to lock it. So afterward, if you change the size of the plate, so the bracket will still be there. Okay? So same goes to this line. Lock it. So you can see this line also have its own reference plate. So lock it too. Here, and another one is here. Lock. And then for this one, you can see it didn't have any reference plane, so you don't need to lock it. Just lock any line that has its reference plane. Alright, and then you can click on escape to escape the align command. And then you can just click on this finish edit mode. So after you finish edit mode, now I want to see the height of this bracket. So we already have the length and the width. So the height for this bracket, you need to go to front elevation. You will find this height of the bracket. And then from here, you need to go to reference plane, add the height parameter. Okay, this one. Same as you do at the plate height, at the length and the width just now. And then the height for this bracket will be 200. This one. And then you can see the plate, the bracket are now extend. Okay, it's more than the reference plane for the height. So what you need to do is you click on the plate and then you move it down, and then you can see this one, lock. So you need to lock it there. So if I go 3D view, this is the bracket. Okay, so now I go back to reference plate. I want to create this support and also the plate. So to create the support and the plate, you need to go to create tab, and then we're going to use a sweep. For the support, you can see this is the steel support. Okay, so I'm going to add the sweep. Okay, we're going to use a sweep. So I click on sweep. Okay, sweep, and then I'm going to use sketch path, which is this going to be my support placement here. Okay, so sketch path, sketch it here, and then make sure you lock it to AL, lock the placement of your sweep, and then finish. So I'm just going to use the profile that I created before. So I just go to load profile here, and then go to desktop, this one, the support profile, click open, and then I'm just going to use that profile, support profile. If I go to 3D view, this is gonna be my profile, as you can see. Okay, the support profile. And then if you want to make sure that it's on top of the bracket, it's not here, it's going to be on top of the bracket. So what you need to do is you need to change the start work plane. So you go start work plane. I'm sorry. So before that, you finish first. You go to front elevation, and then you need to rename the reference plane. So, all right. And then I can change the reference plane, the work plane for the support. So click the work plane here, change it to the top. So you can see it will attach to the bracket like that. Okay, you can see. Okay, this is the support still, and then this is the bracket. And after that, I go back to reference level. So I'm going to copy this sweep to the other side and also copy the bracket. So to do that, just click on the sweep, the support, the I seal, and then I go to this mirror, and then mirror to the other side like that. And then don't forget to lock. Okay, so same goes to the bracket, to the connector. So click, going to mirror it to the other side. You can see it will mirror it here. And then select both of it, mirror it to down here. All right. Okay, like that. Sorry, you can see it's actually you need to follow the length of the plate. Okay, the sweep just now. So I'm just going to edit the sketch here, make it down here. So this is the correct one. Finish, finish. Yeah, this one maybe I just delete and mirror it again. Okay, I'm sorry for that. So actually, the support steel, you need to follow the length of the plate like that. Okay, so let's say I change the width just now to 1000. 1000. Okay, so as you can see, it will move together. Okay, the plate, the support steel and also the bracket will move. So see, it will still there like that. So because I lock everything, okay, so you need to lock everything. Okay. All right, if I change the width to 900, so you can see the support and the bracket also change because we lock it. So make sure you lock everything. All right, I change it back to 1200. It's going to be 600. Okay, last one will be the plate. Okay, so the plate is easy. You just go to create extrusion, and then you set the work plane to top first. Okay, to the top of the height of the plate just now. Okay, and then this one I'm just going to use rectangle. I'm just going to create using the reference plane length and width just now. This one start from this intersection here. Okay, intersection. This one to this intersection here. Okay, intersection. This one. And then you need to lock it. So after this, if you change the width of your plate, so it will change everything. So lock everything. All right, and then finish. So if I go to 3D view, I have the plate. Oh, sorry, I need to change the plate size. So if I go to click on the plate and then change it to 5 mm. So this is gonna be the plate like that. All right, and that is the plate of your shelf. So after that, I'm going to create a post and combine these two elements. So this one, I'm going to save it first. File, save as, family. This is going to be the plate. See? All right. So I'm just going to close it. Right. So from here, sorry. Okay. So I'm going to open a new generic model. So the new generic model will be the post. So new English generic model. Okay. All right. So this one will be the post. So for post, you need to have the post length and also the size for the post. So to do that, RP. Okay, RP. Okay, this is the length. So which means this one also going to be the width of your plate. Okay, it will connect to the width. And then RP again for the size of the post. Okay, like that. And then I'm going to dimension it. This one, EQ. Okay, this is going to be the width of your support of your post. And then another one, this one going to be the size of the post. Okay, so this is going to be the width. Okay, post width, just width because another dimension just now. I'm going to add another dimension letter for the post width. This is going to be the post length. Okay. And then I'm going to add one more reference plane inside the width, which is this is the post. So post going to be here, here. All right. So this is the post width. Okay, parameter post W, which is the post width. Okay. And then same goes to this side. So because we will have two posts attached to the plate, so these two posts going to be a same dimension, the same side. So to do that, you're not going to create a new dimension for this part of this side of post. So you just straight away go here. Can see if I click drop down, I'm going to use this one, post width, like that. Okay. So I'm just going to check the size. Okay, the size for the width will be 76. Same as the bracket. Okay, and then this is the post length will be 76 too. Okay, so this is the post size, and then this is the post width. So I'm just going to front elevation. I'm going to add the reference plane for the height first. So this is going to be the height. Okay, dimension it. Height. Okay. Height. Right. And then I'm going to add two more reference plane, which is for the support. You can see the vertical support. Okay. So RP is going to be the bottom support, and then this is the support side. So just dimension that one. Okay, this one change it to 300. Okay, and then I lock this one here. Okay, sorry, the post is the support is moment. The support will be parameter, will have parameter. So this one, I'm going to add parameter. This will be Z height. Easier for me to remember. So that Z height, the support, vertical support height. All right. Okay, so now I can do the extrusion. So I go to create extrusion. Okay, and then go to the rectangle, create rectangle here, lock it. Same goes to this side. So you don't need to finish. You just straight away create both sides of your post and then finish. And then I go to front elevation. This is going to be my post. And then I'm going to attach it to the height reference plate like that. All right, so let me just change the size of this width. So this is going to be 600. So same as the width of your plate just now. All right. So I go back to front elevation. Okay, you can see this is the post, and then the height of the post. I'm change it to 3000. Okay. 1000. All right. So this is the Z value. Okay. And this one also I'm going to dimension it and lock it. And after that, I'm going to add the support, vertical support like that. So for the vertical support, you need to create the extrusion from the front elevation. Here is the front elevation. Create it from here. Go to create extrusion. And then I'm going to use rectangle. So from here to here. Okay, maybe I just use line. It's easier. From this side to this side. And then the thickness will be 25. and then like this. Okay, and then you go finish. Okay, and then you make sure you go to the reference level. You can see this is the extrusion. It's going to create the extrusion from the center line. You can see. So what you need to do is you need to attach it. You can see I can attach it to the width, the length, sorry, the post length. So I attach the post length and lock it. Same goes to this one. Lock it. So you will have your support, vertical support, follow the size of your post. Okay. All right. And then I go back to front elevation. So I'm going to add the diagonal support. Okay. So create extrusion. Going to use the same line. Start from here, 25. And then diagonally, you go to the other post, click, and then 25, and then diagonally up like that. You can see. All right, and then same, you need to finish it, and then you go to reference level. Same method as the vertical one, vertical support just now. So lock it, lock it. Okay, if I go 3D view, I will have this kind of support like this. Okay, with the post. So now I go back to front elevation. So I'm going to copy to the other, make it a copy of this support. So to do that, I'm just going to click on this, both support, okay, both vertical support, and then just copy here, CC, and then just copy it wherever. Okay, like that. Okay, so it's up to you. So if you want how many support for each post, you can add it. For me, I'm going to add 4 support, vertical support for this post for 3,000. Okay, so after that, I can save this one, save as family. Okay, this one going to be the post. All right. So we already create the plate, create the post, and lastly, we're going to combine this plate and post into one family. All right, so to do that, we're just going to create the new family. Same, this is going to be the generic model, open. Okay, so for this one, you also need to have the reference plane. So why you need to have the reference plane? Because you need to make sure that both plate and post are linked together. And after that, you can easily change the width. So if you change the width of your plate, the post also will link with the plate. Okay. So for example, I'll show you an example first. Okay, for example, okay, this one, you can see this link together, the plate and the post. So if I go to the type here, I change the length. Okay, maybe I change it to 3,000, for example. And if I apply, you can see the plate and the post are moved together. So that's why you need to create another family. So you can easily change the size. So if let's say you just insert the plate in the post right now, so it's difficult for you to easily change the size. Okay, that's why you need to create another family, which is combination of those post and plate, and then you can easily change the height, the length. Okay, so same, you need to have a reference plane for the length. Okay, and then for the width, like that. Okay, so I'm just going to rename this one. Okay, equal first. the equal, and then I have the length. So this one just the length, or you can say as the rack length or shaft length. It's up to you. It's going to be the length. Okay. All right, and then this is going to be the width. Okay, this one width. Right, width. Okay. All right, so the same goes to the height. So go front elevation. Okay, and this one I just going to have the height. Okay. Okay, this is going to be the height. Perimeter it, height. All right, and then another reference plane. This is going to be the bottom right. So we have bottom and top right, right? So this is going to be the bottom right, right. So this one I'm just going to, I didn't perimeter it. I just going to add the dimension. So this is going to be 800 and then lock it. Okay, then I change this one to 3000, right? Okay, you need to extend the plane. And then another one will be the top reference plane. Okay, so this is going to be 300. Okay, 300 and then lock it. All right, so then you can insert the post, insert the plate. So first I insert the post. So I already opened my post here. So I just load into project, load it here, can see. And then you can rotate it by pressing the tab key on your keyboard. And then I place it here first. All right, so now this post have its own length, have its own width. So how do I link it with this length, with this width? So to make sure if I change the width, the length, the width of the post also change, the length of the plate also change like that. So to do that, you need to click again on the post just now that you insert, and then you go to edit type for the property. So you can see this is the type that we created in the family, in the post family. So what I need to do is, you can see for the post width. So I need to make sure post width link with the right width. Okay, so to do that, I need to click on the post width here. Not post width, the width. Okay, the width for the post. This is just the pole. Okay, so you can see the 600, the width, so link with the right width. So to do that, so you need to go here, the box here, tiny box there for the dimension. So the name of the box is Associate Family Parameter. So you click on that one, you can see you can associate the dimension from the post just now to the new width, the right width, you can see. Okay, so I click OK. So later on, if I change the width, the right width, the post width also change. You can see automatically it will attach to the reference plane here. So you don't need to lock it because it's already following the right width. So next one, what you're going to do is I'm going to align. And this one, I'm going to align it to this box, to this plane. And then lock, because this line will be linked with the plate. Okay, so this one I'm just going to mirror it the fastest way, you can see, and then align, lock it. So if I go 3D view, I have my post inserted like that. Okay, now I'm going to add the plate. So for the plate, it's actually the same as you do for the post. You need to insert it first. So I go insert, load family. I'm going to load my plate just now. A moment. I say add this one. Plate just now. Stay plate. This one. all right, or rack plate. Okay, rack plate. Okay, and then I click open. So once I click open, it's already in my family. So you need to go to create and then in component. You can see this is the steel plate. And then I'm going to add it here. Okay, you can see the plate is bigger than the rack. Okay, the rack length. So what I'm going to do is I just place it here first. Click on the plate. Same, you need to associate the parameter of the dimension of the plate to the rack dimension. So this is the plate. Okay, just now the length. Okay, so I need to associate the length, the plate length to the rack length. So to do that, I'm just going to associate this one, associate here. Same goes to the width of the plate, width of the rack. Okay. So click on OK. So you can see it will follow. You can see if I change the width to 600, so the width of the plate also change. But right now it didn't place in the correct position. So I'm just going to align it to the center here and then lock. All right. And then if I change the rack length, you can see it will change to 1,200. We change it together with the bracket. You can see the bracket also still be there. If I go to 3D view, you can see on the bottom here. All right. And if you remember, I also placed the bottom and the top of my placement of the plate. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to align it AL, align this plane to the plate. Okay, like that. So it will align it there and then lock it. And I'm going to array this plate to the top here, top reference plate. So to do that, I just click on the plate like there. And then I go to array tools here, array to the last, move to last. And then I'm going to click on the top layer of my plate. And then move it here. So maybe I want for 3,000 height, I want 4 plates. So it will place it there. And then if I go to 3D view, I will have my racking system like that. So if I go here to the parameter, I simply change the size. So for example, for the length, I change it to 2,000. I click on apply. So you can see it will automatically move the plate length and also it will automatically move the position of the post. Same goes to the height. So if I change the height here to 2,000, apply. Okay, we'll change the height. All right, or the width. So to 900, apply. We'll change the width also. Right. Okay. Okay, you can see it's bigger. All right. Okay. Change it back to 600. Apply. So it becomes smaller. You can see. Okay, this one, change it to 1,200 back. Apply. It becomes smaller. All right. So this is the method. You can apply this method for all type of family, not only for racking. Okay.